Oh, hello and welcome back, and thank you so much for clicking my video, my fellow chess enthusiast. In today's episode, what I intend to be showing you is how to destroy a 2000 rated opponent with the Caro Kann. So we are playing a 5 minute plus 5 casual game of chess that probably will not be that casual. And so we're hopping right into it. Caro Kann, main line. What will he play? Sorry, I should exchange variation. Sorry, I should have cleared my throat before starting this video. Oh my goodness, I hate this move so much. I hate it so much. It's absolutely my least favorite move out of every single move in all the Caro Kann, maybe minus the fantasy variation. The fantasy variation sucks, and whatever this variation is also sucks. And so, what we need to be worried about is developing this bishop and allowing the queen to come out and applying pressure to this and this at the same time. So, I'm not 1,000% sure. We're not moving the bishop, that's for sure. I've definitely lost too many games because I moved that bishop. Is developing the knight now? Is developing the queen now a reasonable move? If he comes in, I get him with this. He takes. Terrific. I hang a pawn. It is what it is. No reason to cry about it. I think we're going to just naturally develop some pieces at this point because I blundered already out of the opening. So, it's not a good situation for me. Facing a 2,000 rated opponent with a minor disadvantage. If I push forward, he's just going to go up a pawn again. What if I launch forward in the center? Oh, this sucks. We're going this way. We're going this way. He's got an extra pawn, but it's kind of stupid. That's what I'm telling myself. He can just hit me with this check kind of at will, and I have to develop this way. Yes. The knight can come forward. And then we just do a lot of trading. Okay. I think he's going to go for this, which I actually don't hate it. He could also kind of just like, no, he couldn't. Okay, so we're doing this. I lost the right to castle, but we got rid of his light square bishop for a knight. And I guess he doesn't really need to take here either. He could try and use this to jump in and attack me, but I would step like this. Then he would attack me here. But then I can take this, attacking this knight. Then he would take, and then I step up. Then this knight would probably jump in with check. I would step back to defend the pawn. My position sucks. Make no mistake about it. My position sucks. Well, I think this was the whole reason I pushed this pawn, is to go this way and put my bishop there. So that is what we're going for. If he takes, we can take with the bishop. We're going to castle. What if I come in here? Does he have like a great way to defend this pawn, actually? Like if I can do something with this knight? Taking is absolutely not what I want, to give him this huge, I lose the game if I take that knight. Okay. That hung this pawn. You can just get over, but then the knight's hanging. So, you got to be careful when you play a move like this. If this comes over, I take. My king's not over there. I'm going for it, bro. I am going for it. Okay. I think we step on over. We take this opportunity to bring a little rook to the party. My queen is chilling on your 7th rank, or your 2nd rank, my 7th rank, however you want to call it. But this bishop, my friend, that's that light square bishop that I have and you don't. And your bishop is essentially a pawn. Now, my bishop is staring at a knight that I'm never going to want to capture. He could play something like this. That's scary. Bro, can I just grab this pawn? Am I ridiculous right now? If he attacks here, I can take. And if he takes... because this works. No, it doesn't. I go here. Bro, do I just grab another pawn? I'm so greedy for this. So unbelievably greedy for this. But who's up a pawn now, Mr. 2000? Who's up a pawn now? My queen is pawn goblin. And so, my adorable, cute little bishop is being attacked. I don't love it. If I do this, he just kind of gets a passed pawn. So I don't love that either. But, bro. Another pawn? Another pawn? Really? You want to allow that? He takes, I take. At this point, I don't care. We trade the queens. Bro, call me whatever you want. But we're taking another pawn and defending this so that when this happens, the knight is defended. This ruins my pawns. I can simply just trade a rook as well. Okay, so that loses my queen. So, you see the fork? So, I think we have to play this. If he takes, I mean, we're chilling. And now I could kind of kick him out. And then step forward, and my bishop has a new life on this diagonal. And now we're just in an endgame where I think that I'm doing quite well, except I'm down a minute on the clock. And I wanted, if you made it this far in this video, I wanted to share something with you. Hopefully I don't lose. But I'm a big fan of cryptocurrency. So first of all, let me show you this. So that applies pressure to my knight. You hate to do it and fix his pawn structure and give this bishop new life. Either way he takes, the bishop gets new life, and my bishop does not. We push forward. I mean, I'm not sure if that is really reasonable. Probably that diagonal is what's going to need to be played. This move, but then he can kind of just mobilize. I can also threaten a queen trade and just let him trade and take in the middle. I can also go for... I can play this as well and attack the queen. But then he gets this with check. I step over and he would get this pawn. A little bit complicated. Here, here. I don't know what to play. 1 minute on the clock. This I don't think works. Does this make any sense? If he takes, I take. He takes, I defend. If I play and he goes for here, I go for this. Not sure if that was right. This pawn is also undefended, so if he plays something fancy later, he can attack it. So I want to push this forward, but right now this is like a little hidey hole for my queen. So I can still hide back here. Aside from that, I've only really got a lot of moves forward. So yeah, he attacks my queen. I think I can step forward. If he goes for this, I take the queen. So here, kind of threatens a queen trade. We go for this. Here, here, here. He gets in, attacking my two pawns. Don't love it. What about this? I hide back here. I hate that move. I hate that move. I need to put my pawn there. And I want to get this idea, okay? This is something that can happen in the endgame. But really right now, he just hung his queen. He didn't need to resign. I would have probably given him the take back just to make the video better. But I think that I was going to go on to win. I'm not sure really where he was even trying to... I guess he straight up just didn't see it. But 11 minutes. Did I show you what I was trying to show you? I like cryptocurrency. I got this thing. It's a Ledger wallet. And yes, I put my microphone inside a gym water bottle so it makes it taller. And so I've had Bitcoin since like 2016, okay? And back then it was just like $3,000 or $4,000, not too much, not too little. And so I'm just a big fan of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin hits a new all-time high. That same like few $1,000s, how can I show you this? Bro, 17,328. And then I also have like another 3,000 in Robinhood. That is a shit ton of Bitcoin. That is more Bitcoin than I should have. But We got it. And then this thing like live updates. Is there a way that I can just like see? Live update. Did a little something something. Boom. I lost $1. There you go. You saw it for yourselves. Let's minimize this. In this position, I mean, he's hanging the queen, but I think that I'm going to be able, like, that attacks this, yes. Obviously, the queens see each other, but I think at this point I can push because nothing's attacking this. So, like, say the queens didn't see each other somehow, I think I can push this and I'll be all right because the rook is defended by the queen, and I'm ready to play something like this. And furthermore, when I push this, I have 2 pieces defending this. I have all of my pieces defending this pawn. So this pawn push, I basically have a 2 on nothing. I'm up 2 pawns, but it is literally a 2 on nothing. I'm going to trade the bishops. I'm going to trade the rooks. We're going to just go into an endgame, and these guys will still be hanging out. And I'll probably go for like a plan like this. Like boom, boom, something like that. And then the game becomes about the passed pawns, and I'll force a trade. And so, not sure how accurate that was. Definitely going through the opening, I was in a little bit of trouble. I'm almost guaranteed I just hung a pawn, but dude, you get scarred. When you develop the bishop, like 1 step back, you develop the bishop here, and the queen comes out, and it's just -1 for you, and it's so hard to defend because he's just got so many attacks. It's not good. And so, let's find out how to play that more accurately, and I will see you over there. Oh, hello, and here we are in the analysis, and thank you so much for watching that game. Sorry he hung the queen. Something that I just straight up don't understand about Stockfish is it's saying this is the best move. It's definitely not, right? And so I cranked this thing up to the full depth. Now it knows. Okay, e4. That is guaranteed the best move. And so we go into the Caro-Kann, the main line. Maybe I need to change the settings. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we're going to bump it down to the Stockfish different level. Caro-Kann, main line on the board. Capture, capture, and then this isn't, it's not the best move, it's the 3rd best move, I think, but if it's the most played, the 2nd most played after knight f3. And so, oh my goodness, do I hate this line. And as you can see, I still don't know how to combat it effectively because I'm scarred. I'm scarred from developing the bishop. Look, if you develop the bishop, the queen comes out, and bro, I'm going to let you know, black wins 37% of the time. And I'm part of that 37%. I don't think I have ever won a game from this exact position. And so I'm scarred from bringing the bishop and the queen coming out. So I just kind of intuitively thought, like, what if I just bring my queen out first and all the ideas stop? Unfortunately, it just hangs a pawn. So he takes a pawn. It's defended by the knight. I can't take it back. The queen is not attacking it. I'm straight up just down a pawn. But something important in chess is people are really focused on the opening. Like, to me, the opening is almost the least important. Is the least important. You don't have to say least. It's a double negative. I think it's the least important part of the game because you're not going to win in the opening. You're probably not even going to win in the middle game. You're going to win or lose in the end game. And so I firmly believe that the middle game and the end game is far more important than the opening. So we'll look. Out of the opening, our opponent has a 1+7. I actually play the best move because I'm figuring I can't really push this or he gets a pass pawn. Some ideas, like, I don't know. So we get hit with a check. I can confront it with my bishop, but this leaves the idea for tickling the bishop, and now it is almost -3 for me. If he just maintains the attack, he's chilling. He can also take with the knight that attacks my queen, so I got to do something else, and then he could survive with the bishop, and then he still has the bishop. He didn't trade the bishop for the knight. So the reason that I go for this and give him a little tickle is he's thinking, take, okay, dude can't castle anymore. Or I take back here and undevelop my piece, and then it's not being active. So either one, I can't castle or I undevelop a piece. And he goes for it, and that throws the advantage from basically 2.7 to 1.8. We capture, and now we're just chilling. We can castle, and it's an equal position. And are you ready? This bishop was defending that pawn. It's scary to play a move like this, but you can do it when you have tempo on the knight. So if the knight is defended, like if you develop to here, then it becomes risky because you take and the rook comes over, defended by the knight, and the knight is defended by the bishop. When the bishop's here being a pawn, you can take this, and he can't scoot over because I take the knight. So we go ahead and we do that. And then at this point, we put a rook to the open file. I figured that the game is kind of going to be like, this side is pretty locked. I don't know how to mark this side of the board. Boom. This side from here over is locked. And it feels like we're going to be fighting on this open file and this 1-on-2. Plus, this is where all of my pieces are kind of looking, okay? So I'm figuring the game is going to be played over here. He jumps back. I grab another pawn. Is it greedy? A little bit, but it is a perfectly fine move. He steps in, and oh my god, am I greedy. Grab another pawn. The reason for that is this knight is only defended by this bishop, so if he captures here, when I capture back, this knight is completely hanging. So not only am I grabbing a pawn, but I'm defending the knight. So after this capture comes in, I can take, and my knight's not hanging. So that is why I did all of that. We go ahead and his knight is uber defended in the middle of the board, and we just trade it off because this knight is a problem. He is looking at a lot of important squares in my position, and I'm never getting rid of him. Essentially, I'd have to push this forward and lock my bishop in jail. So we just trade a knight for a knight. I'm winning, so we're chilling. I scoot up here. Not the greatest move. It was basically going to separate my pawns, is kind of what was going to happen, like this. Then I have 2 pawns. Like, how am I going to defend all of that or whatever? But I'm still probably going to win. So that's why I did this. If you take me, it just separates my pawns, but we get rid of some of the strongest pieces on the board. We step back, best move in the position. I don't really like my queen being here. I want to push this pawn so that I have like a defense, and this pawn is defended. And this is a weird place for my queen. I don't have a lot of moves, but he comes here and hangs his queen. And that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. So, in the beginning, let's just memorize the next best move. Knight comes out, and I just developed a knight. If he captures, we capture. Then if the queen comes out, we defend the knight like this. Okay, that's all we got to know. That's all we got to know. In this position, don't bring the queen out. Develop your minor piece like normal. All right? Thank you for watching my video if you made it this far. If you like Bitcoin, put something in the comments, and it would be funny. And so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry he hung his queen, but sometimes it'd be like that. So I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Get out of here. Bye.